What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Friday. Feeling better? Hopefully you are too. And the main focus, of course, is not my health, but Jalen Hurts' health. And we have a brand new update here on a Friday from Nick Sirianni, which showcases what we've been saying all week long, and that is that Jalen Hurts is going to go ahead and play. We're also going to get into the Giants situation for Sunday and the fact that they are most likely resting starters, but which ones? We'll have that here in just one second. Let's go ahead and jump into Nick Sirianni's comments just a couple of hours ago during his Friday press conference. The last time we will hear from Nick Sirianni until after the Eagles game. Bleeding Green Nation. Here it is. How's Jalen Hurts? Quote, trending in the right direction. There you go. That's about as much as you're going to get from him. Asked again, I'm not quite there yet. We're still thinking through everything. So, not going to officially announce Jalen Hurts is the starter, but he was out there in practice today. He's going to be the starter. This is not that hard. If he's ready to play, we'll play him. It's really that simple. Okay, there you go. It's really that simple. That sounds pretty good. I'd be shocked if Jalen Hurts does not play in this football game. Now, could Jalen Hurts play 2 quarters and then they pull him? Sure. 1 quarter and then they pull him. Philadelphia gets a comfortable lead. They yank him out of precaution. Totally possible. But the odds of him not playing on Sunday are very slim. You're probably going to know officially on Sunday morning or maybe Sunday early afternoon Eastern time, just because they're not going to announce it until, maybe the first snap of the football game. But the news is looking very good regarding Jalen Hurts. Now, how about CJ Gardner-Johnson? Sirianni said this, excuse me, quote, he's doing a good job. Again, we'll see how today's practice goes, how everything goes throughout today's practice. He's done a nice job, and we're hopeful. Again, I won't say he is yet. I'll see what goes down at practice today, but we're hopeful there, and we'll see what happens. He's had a good week of practice as well. Okay, that makes it sound like CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to go ahead and play on Sunday. And again, he's not going to officially announce it, but it looks like Gardner-Johnson, I would bet, is going to play on Sunday. I would assume he's going to play a lot more nickel than safety. They like what Reed Blankenship has done filling in for him on one of the safety spots. They're not going to move Marcus Epps around because he can't cover anybody in the slot. Gardner-Johnson is the likely Maddox replacement for at least Sunday, and then most likely, if you need the divisional round, Avonte Maddox is unable to play. How about Miles Sanders? Really good conversation last night with Philly 500 on my show. If you missed that, be sure to go ahead and check it out. He asked the question, is Miles Sanders really banged up? Why did Miles Sanders only get 12 carries last week? He was on the injury report last week, limited with a knee. Here's what Nick Sirianni said, quote, I think Miles has had a good week of mental preparation and also a good week of practice. So Sirianni's not giving away anything here, and he's done that in the past. And one of my knocks on him a couple of weeks ago where they just announced Gardner Minshew as the starter without even really doing any sort of gamesmanship, waiting to see what happens with the Dallas Cowboy game. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but, if you really want to make Dallas prepare for 2 quarterbacks, you could not announce that's Gardner on a Wednesday, but I digress. He's playing things very close to the vest here. He's clearly trying to make sure that, the Giants don't know what is coming, and they're probably still officially waiting for word on whether Hurts is going to play or not from a doctor. But again, the vast majority is that he's going to play. Give it a thumbs up for that. You should be able to see Jalen Hurts as the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in the final regular season game. My hope is it's just not that long. That way the Eagles can get him out, get him to a big lead, and then be playing very, very well and going into the divisional round. Okay, quickly here, I do want to mention the Vig It fantasy sports betting app that I have a league on that just started officially yesterday. A lot of you guys were signing up onto the league the past couple of days, but it is officially live. If you've not seen this, it is a super cool fantasy sports betting app that is completely free for everybody because you're not actually betting any of your real money, all virtual coins. And so you see here, you click the link down below in my description box, you are instantly logged into and subscribed to the Thomas Mott Show's fantasy betting page. Here's your leaderboard. Bunch of people have already signed up, and right now, officially, the bets are live. So David Moore, whoever you are the number 1 aggregate leader as of today. And why is that important? Well, at the end of this, aka the day after the Super Bowl, the number 1 ranked person on the Thomas Mott Show's fantasy betting app league on Vig It will get an Eagle jersey of their choice. And so get some bets in. Michael Mott, congratulations, you're number 2. And then a bunch of you guys who have not placed bets yet. Again, it's totally free, and it's really simple. I'll show you how to do it. All you do, by the way, there I am. I'm 2-4 on my bets, struggling a little bit, but it's all virtual money, so I can just come up from here. So you go into the bets tab, you pick whatever you want to place a bet on. You're doing daily stuff. You should bet every single day because you get 2,500 coins every single day put back into your account. Again, all virtual coins. So if you want to go ahead and bet on the NBA, you can look through a bunch of NBA games to pick from. I've already placed a couple of bets on these, but let's say you like the Toronto Raptors minus 3.5. You go ahead and click place bet. Then you go ahead and put in how much you want to bet. I have 295 coins left, so we'll place a 100 coin bet here. Place bet, and boom, the bet is now live. And then you can go to my bets and the upcoming bets and see all the sorts of bets that are going to go ahead and happen. So again, it's all virtual. That's a beautiful part of the Vig It app. Definitely want you guys to go ahead and jump up and join my profile. The link is down below in the description box. And let's see who has the best betting record between now and the Super Bowl. Bet on the NFL, NBA, college basketball, a bunch of other stuff. Check out the Vig It app today. Okay, let's move over here to the Giants update because Brian Daboll still has not made a decision. He says he'll finalize it today, but he hasn't officially announced that as of filming this show. But it's pretty obvious here. Quote, New York Giants is from CBS Sports. Can't move up or down in the playoff race this week. Firmly locked in as the number 6 seed heading into Sunday's game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Since New York has nothing to play for until the wild card round of the playoffs, the Giants are expected to rest several key starters per the New York Post. The Eagles would need a win to clinch the NFC East and home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. On Friday, head coach Brian Daboll already ruled out defensive tackle Leonard Williams and pass rusher Azeez Ojulari for Sunday's game. Neither of the two practice Wednesday or Thursday. The Giants have other injured starters in cornerback Adoree Jackson and their center Joe Feliciano, I think that's how you say his name, which Daboll will make a decision on this weekend. Which starters could get the week off? The Giants have made a decision on Daniel Jones playing status for Sunday, meaning Tyrod Taylor could get the start. Taylor, of course, has made 53 starts, blah, blah, blah. Talks more about that. There's also the chance that Saquon Barkley could go ahead and have the day off as well, as he's already clipped 1,300 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. So no shocker here in terms of who could be starting, who could not be starting. They're not going to rest everybody. It's almost impossible on a 53-man roster to rest every single starter on both offense and defense, but the key starters, most likely Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, if they don't sit out the entire game, my guess is they'll sit out, it'll be a preseason game. So they'll get a couple of drives just to kind of stay fresh, before going into the wild card weekend the next week. Then you pull them out of there, and then it will be backups the rest of the way, giving Philadelphia a very clear chance to win this game, hence why Vegas has Philadelphia as 14-point favorites. You guys all think they're going to win, right? Thumbs up down below. I don't have to ask. They're going to win. It's very simple. They're going to win. Be positive. They'll be the number 1 seed. All right, quickly, let's go over here to our NFL national story of the day. Let's look at the games upcoming tomorrow and, of course, on Sunday. Almost all of these games matter in some way, and I'll explain which ones do and which ones don't. This Chiefs-Raiders one, you've probably seen it now. The NFL has made a alteration to the AFC playoffs in terms of how it's going to work because they're not going to play or count the Bills and Bengals game, but essentially, the Chiefs will be your number 1 seed with a win against the Raiders. Titans and Jaguars winner will be the 4 seed, which is pretty crazy. Jacksonville, how bad they've been the past couple of years. 1 year with Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence has revitalized his career, and they could be a 9-win 4 seed in the AFC. Bucs-Falcons has no bearing on any sort of playoff situation. The Bucs are locked into the 4 seed, although they did say all the starters are going to play because they've been so bad they want to get a rhythm. Makes sense. You want them to get a rhythm because they're probably playing Dallas in the wild card round. Falcons, you want them to win, if you were rooting from Philadelphia's standpoint, because it helps out the Eagles-Saints draft pick. Bills-Patriots. Patriots are in with a win. Buffalo is improving their playoff seeding a little bit, but again, with what happened this past week, a little tricky, but a big game for the Patriots, although, let's be real, a home game after what happened this past week in Buffalo, it's probably going to be a Bills blowout. Vikings-Bears is not a big, meaningful game. Vikings need to win for a chance at the 2 seed. They cannot have the 1 seed based on the Eagle tiebreaker, but a win against the Bears and a loss by the 49ers, the Vikings would be the 2 seed, Niners would be the 3 seed. Ravens-Bengals does have significant impact in terms of what's going to happen in the AFC wild card, although Baltimore most likely the 6th seed, and they cannot win the division because the Bengals, 4 losses, it's going to be a most likely Bengal win either way. Colts-Texans does not matter. Jets-Dolphins does matter for the Dolphins. The Jets have officially been eliminated, but the Dolphins, without their starting quarterback or their backup quarterback, definitely have a lot to play for in this one. Going to be tough, though. Panthers-Saints doesn't matter, although you desperately root for the Saints to lose in this one for the Eagle draft pick. This one, again, only matters for the Steelers, who are trying to be the 7th seed. There's a different scenario to get them in there. A win, obviously, is a must. Chargers-Broncos does not matter at all. Already talked about Eagles and Giants. Again, 14-point favorite right there, and what's supposed to be a beautiful Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field. Niners are the 2 seed with a win. They can be the 1 seed with a win and a Philadelphia Eagle and Dallas Cowboy loss, so a chance there for them. They will play their starters in that one. Seattle must win to be able to go ahead and get in. They need a win plus a Lions loss to go ahead, or a win plus a Packer loss. Cowboys are in as a 5 seed, most likely, barring an Eagle loss, but they will play their starters against the Commanders. And we talked about the Lions are in with a Seattle loss and a win, and the Packers are in with just a win. So there are all your playoff scenarios right now and how it's all going to go down. It's going to be absolutely fascinating over the next couple of days. I'll probably do a pregame show before Eagles and Giants on the show on the channel, so make sure to subscribe and thumbs up for that. that. And if the Eagles were to lose or have some sort of, massive issue happen, we're going to do a post-game show as well that will also be live. So you guys can go ahead and stay tuned for that. That's it for us today on the Thomas Mott Show. A lot going on, but Hurts is going to play. He's going to start. He's going to look fine. All these people who keep telling you that, oh, we're worried about him being re-injured, and oh, how strong is the shoulder, and blah, 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 blah. Guys, let me just please emphasize here, they're going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. Philadelphia, I think, is going to win this very handily, probably pretty quickly as well in terms of getting out to a lead. And once they do that, then you have a scenario where Philadelphia is going to absolutely be the 1 seed. They're going to get their momentum back. They're going to get a lot of their players back from injury and have a chance to go ahead and win the Super Bowl like we thought they would all year long until the past couple of weeks when they've struggled without Jalen Hurts. So thumbs up for that. They look good, and we'll keep you guys up to date in case anything happens between now and Sunday, but odds are probably not. And so look for a show tomorrow and then one possibly in a pregame scenario on Sunday as well. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.